What was considered healthy in the 80s but not now? Suntanning. Probably more of a 70s thing, but it did continue into the 80s. And that is consuming raw eggs. It was common after a workout to pour some milk or juice into a blender followed by about a half dozen raw eggs and chug it down. Douching. I remember it being recommended by doctors to treat yeast infections, but it only caused more issues. Putting your baby to sleep on their side or stomach. Cot bumpers. Stuff toys in the cot with the baby. Loose blankets for an infant. Related to the baby's health, not the adults obviously. You'll be interested to know what we do today that's considered healthy, that in 40 years will be looked back on as a mistake. Low-fat everything. People thought fat was the enemy, but now we know it's not all bad. My mom loves telling me about this. Currently pregnant, and I've been reading an old thrifted copy of what to expect when you're expecting, and the diet and exercise advice is pretty funny. Basically, drink lots of fruit juice and eat bran muffins. Also, you can do a little bit of pregnancy calisthenics and aerobics, but for the love of God, don't you dare lift anything over 15 pounds. It even specifically says you should never do any exercise that causes you to grunt "ow mow." Fat-free everything. And it all had shit tons of sugar. Slim fast, massive amounts of carbs. White bread, white rice, potatoes, all considered good vs fat in any form, especially meat-based fat. I remember reading in one of Susan Powter's books about how good carbs were, and how it was okay to have a pitcher of beer with lunch as long as you didn't have a drop of fat. Now we know she liked plenty of stuff in addition to beer, so take her advice with a grain of salt. Margarine. When I was in kindergarten in '85, we were specifically told pizza and cheeseburgers were healthy because they had all 4 food groups. Dexatrim. OTC weight loss pills that all the junior high girls snuck from their moms. Lack of drinking substantial amounts of water. We never had water bottles or water in bottles. That was unheard of. Thirsty? Go get a drink at the water fountain. How much water intake is that a day? I figure I drank about 8 oz of water a day. The focus just wasn't there to hydrate. I look back now and think about how much better my skin would be if I had water access and awareness then. Diet culture. Cabbage soup diets. Juice fasts. Low-fat everything. Margarine. I remember when we thought low-fat snacks were the holy grail of health. I'd be munching on those cookies thinking I was basically a health guru, while downing diet sodas that tasted like pure regret. Who knew that the real health move would just be eating a vegetable every now and then? Now I'm over here trying to decipher the ingredients on a box of healthy snacks like it's a secret code. Eating margarine instead of butter and avoiding eggs at all cost. Blow cereal. Smoking was considered socially acceptable. Steven Seagal,